Hey guys, how's everyone going? We actually have a nice day up here. It's not overly warm, but compared to yesterday it was garbage. It's still, old ground's still absolutely saturated, but yeah, we might get something done today. Right, so today we're putting the head on. Well, actually, I should say this afternoon we're putting the head on. The day is well over half over. Just with me cleaning head bolts and, you know, stuffing around and just, yeah. Looking at generators. Got another one there. Yeah, I think that might be the one I might put on it. Whether or not it works is yet to be seen. I don't think that one works from my little bit of tinkering with it. But it seems to be, it has a band like the starter motors do, like an inspection holes in the back. So I think that's an early one. Most of the tractors have that style up here. So I think, yeah, that's an early one. I think. That's just my theory on it. Got the head out, got that cleaned up a bit more. Yeah, everything's starting to get a little bit rusty, so I've got to get it all together. Got the fire going for a bit of ambience. Now, this thing, it's up the right way. It's got a water pump on it. It's got a few other little bits and bobs I bolted on it, just trying to get some progress. It's got oil in it. Yeah, so yeah, you haven't missed much. Oh, yeah, where was I up to last time? Oh, yeah, it was up the other way. Yeah, we had issues with the what am I going to say? The pickup pipe touching on one of the big ends, which apparently is common. I've had a few do it, and I've also had a few pickup pipes with dents in them from doing it. But I rummaged around and I found this thing. It obviously was a fire poker, I'm guessing. But you can sneak that into the oil drain hole, flip her around and give her a bit of a tweak, and that sort of, yeah, got the job done. So all I pretty much did, we got it hooked onto the pipe and then locked a pair of vice grips onto it, like just off the head surface, and used the pry bar there just to lever up on it a little bit, just to move the pipe a little bit, and it was fine, didn't touch again, so we're good, I think. Yeah, I put the water pump on it. What else? Worked out a generator bracket and a few other little bits and pieces, just getting stuff done, because this thing needs to go back together. Deck of the blocks cleaned up, heads cleaned up, so we're pretty much, yeah, we're pretty much ready to sit it on. So I think, where did I put it? Oh, I guess I lost. Ah, no, there it is. So I've got our little jigger. Head gasket is here. I'm pretty sure it goes up this way. Looks pretty good to me. Just debating whether or not to just rub some oil in those sleeves again, just for a bit of protection, because this probably won't be running for a few months yet. Because yeah, the humidity, well, not really humidity, but there's just a lot of moisture in there. Like, the ground's soppy outside, there's that much moisture. I've got some, I think I mentioned it before, it's called Blast X. It's a rust preventer. It works really, really well, but you've got to put it on before it starts rusting. If it's already started to rust, you're wasting your time. But yeah, you can see by that plate there, that's just been sprayed down with that. That's all I did to that, and beautiful. The block's not too bad. It seems to be holding up okay. That side I'm going to have to clean up a little bit, because it's a little bit, yeah, a little bit surfacey. Yeah, so I might, I'll mount this camera and I'll get this bloody head in here and we'll sit her on. Alright, here we go. This thing's awfully heavy, so And I still forgot the small torch. There we go. Sorry if this thing flickers a bit on you. That should be it. There we go, we're off. I think the other torch is hard to get home somewhere. Alright, so yes, I did make sure these are all... Yep, that starts. There we go, they're both started. So, I did, you know, just wipe a little bit of oil around the balls, just freshen up the oil that was already there. Yeah, so I suppose put some head bolts in. Put thermostat housing on. There's a few little things can get on today. So, alright. I'll go grab the head bolts and get sorted. Alright, I'm back, oiled those ones up, put them in. Now we'll just do all the others. So the bolts that were originally on the outside are staying on the outside, and the internal ones are staying on the inside. It doesn't really matter. Well, there's a bit of paint already on them, so all starting nicely. I was going to do this yesterday because I was up here yesterday. What did I shoot yesterday? The introduction to the other couple of tractors. That's what I was doing yesterday in that horrid weather. But yeah, for the life of me, it's like, where's the head bolts? Can't find the bloody head bolts. I found them. So it turns out I used the head bolts out of this engine on the crane, because all the top end for the crane was off the original Power Major engine, which all was sitting downtown. I brought everything up here except the head bolts. So I'm running around trying to find them, and I found a set down home and couldn't work out why they were in a baby milk tin. I'm like, I don't have a baby. I've never had one. So I don't know where that tin's come from, but then it all started to click into place. It's like, okay. They're old Power Major head bolts, not Super Major head bolts. But as far as I can tell, they're all the same, so it doesn't matter. A little bit under the head, a little bit on the thread, and in you go. Nice and easy. Now I did count them, we do have enough. Because I had that issue with the crane, I was missing 2 head bolts. Turns out they were with this engine because we'd used them to lift it out. So yeah, hence why there was 2 missing. Actually, I don't even know where they are now. They're somewhere, they're around. So yeah, we'll talk this down. I suppose the next thing we'll be looking at all the headgear and stuff like that. I think the original rockers out of this motor, I think the actual surface where they contact the valves is all shot. It's all, yeah, worn and not real good. So we'll see what we can do about that. But yeah, there's others here, so I need a bit of rag. Where'd my bit of rag go? I'll be back. Ah, there it is. Right, now this will really upset some people, but it's fine. Use lowest setting you can and just run them all in. There we go, they're all in. Someone out there in internet land's head would have just exploded, but it's fine, it won't worry it. They're only just run down till, you know, like bugger all, 10-20 newton meters, and I even did them in sequence. No, I do that all the time, it does not matter. It's not like you're going through the sequence and going up on the power settings on the rattle gun to get it torqued down. You're just running the bolts in. As long as you follow your sequence, it's fine. And as long as you don't, you know, give a heap on this one and a little on that one, you try and keep it even, but it's only just to run the bolts in. Right, now I've got no idea what the torque setting for this is, so I'm going to have to do a bit of Googling and work it all out. So I'm not going to film me going click, 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 click 300 times on this, so I'll bring you back when I'm getting somewhere. Might put the thermostat housing on as well, just because it's there. Yeah, we might find some other bits to put on it. We're going to have to start looking at headgear and valve clearances and all that sort of jazz, but to do that we need the flywheel on it, so I might have to find a loaner one. I do have, actually I've got two there. I'll have to have a look, see if they're any good. I really want to know what the one is out of the tractor, like what it's like, and just pick the best one. So, but the engine's still in that, so I need to get my ass into gear and get that thing over here and get the engine out of it. Alright, I'll bring you back in a sec. Alright, done. Whew. So that there we go. Yeah, that head is now officially on. I hope the footage is turning out for this, because I've tried to do playback and check the footage on the camera and it doesn't seem to work. Just brings you up with a blank screen. So hopefully this is all working. Just another GoPro doing freaking GoPro things. Really, I think I need to invest in something different. This is just, yeah, it's not the most reliable of camera for this thing. Well, this sort of thing. Right, let me sit down for a sec. So, We've got to do the oil filter housing, so I might look at that next. Yeah, might do thermostat, oil filter housing, and that might wrap it up for today. I'll run over those head bolts again once it's sat for a couple of days, and once it's gone through a heat cycle or two, then we'll do them again. But yeah. Alright, I'll get set up for looking at the oil filter housing, and I'll bring you guys back. Alright, I don't know if this is recording or not, but the GoPro's playing up and doing weird stuff. It might be recording, I don't know. I have no playback for some reason. Wow, that's on there. Oh, you should go. She's off. Ew. Should have brought a little screwdriver with me. Oh, yeah, that O-ring is nice and gross. Ugh, nasty. Alright. I already need to go get something. I'll be back. There's always something. Grab that. I might use that. Come on, then. I got a pick set the other day. They're like a really big pick set. I've got one of these at work, and they're great. Use them for everything. Oh wow! There's literally like sludge like that thick in the bottom of that. I don't know if I'll be able to get it so you can see it. But yeah, if you can sort of snare, probably not. But yeah, there's a lot of sludge in the bottom of that. She was not serviced overly well, that thing. I wonder what brand this was. Notice how I said was, not is. No, that's plain. No, completely plain. Where'd that gasket go? Don't need it, but just keep the cleanliness. Now let's make sure we've got the right sort of look and theme here. No, that other one had little gaskets there. This one does not. Interesting. Agri filter. So Sparx does not make these. Agri filter does. And if you can see that, it's an S65278. So that is the smaller filter, newer one. Not the older big filter. So that's your little relief valve to relieve pressure if the filter blocks. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was bypassing. It all seems to work. It's going to take me longer to clean this thing up more than anything else. Oh, there's that part, there's an O-ring there. Is that part of that old filter, or is that part of the housing? I think that's part of the housing. Of course I didn't bring the scraper either. Anywho, I'm going to clean all this up, because that'll take the longest amount of time, and I'll bring you back. Alright, part way through cleaning it up. There's the phone. So that old filter, I found a number on it, and it's a Ryco R2061P, if anyone wants to know. And I've got another housing here. Can you see that? Yes, you can see that. That had same housing, and it had a Fleet Guard FL596 in it, if anyone wants numbers. They're the short filters for the later tractors. Now, the reason I have this other housing, yuck, she's pretty nasty. I think that's the housing off the Power Major, I think. We're slowly using up all the surplus bits off that engine. Yeah, I pulled the filter out, and they have like a washer and a spring in the bottom. It wasn't springing my thing in. It wasn't pushing it back up at all. So I pulled it and managed to get it out. And it looks like it was a washer and this weird sort of fibery, plasticky locator. Which, I don't know, that's just, yeah. Maybe this is a super major thing, I don't know. But that will still work, but the other one had this. It's a bit oh no, it's very crusty, it's just gunky. And slightly different, slightly longer spring, and had that idea, so I might use that instead of trying to use that broken plasticky whatever thing. Yeah, that'll work a bit better. The other one will still work, but yeah, this had a lot more substantial spring in it. It was pushed itself apart, like it was doing what it should. The other one sort of wasn't. So yeah, I'm getting there with my cleaning up, slowly. I think we're just about, yeah, pretty good there. This thing isn't going to be immaculate. If you're going to do this sort of stuff, you really want a sandblasting cabinet. I've come to the conclusion. So we'll get that cleaned up. Go in there. Clean all the muck off this. Make it look a little bit nicer and make me feel better about myself. Yeah, just a bit of schmoo in there. I don't know what it is, but if it cleans up something like this really, really good, it just, I don't know, feels like you're not doing a hack job of it. Which I suppose you aren't if you're cleaning all this up and doing it how it should be. So that's quite firm on that spindle. There's not a lot of wiggle room. There we go. Exercise it up and down a little bit. That's that. Grab a new O-ring. Grab the cleaner of the two housings. And grab me bolt. Alright, so that's that. I'll wheel that bolt a bit. I've got to still do around the bottom a little bit, but actually I didn't get any schmoo in there. Alright, I'll finish cleaning this up and then I'll bring you back when we're going to put this on. And I'll also, seeing as it's off, I'm going to put some oil in it, fill it a bit, just so, yeah, makes it a bit easier. I've got a trick for purging all the air out of the oil system, but fill that, you know, it makes your life a little bit easier. Alright, I'll bring you guys back in a bit. Alright, we're back. Space is a bit of a premium here at the moment, so hopefully that camera angle gives you something to look at. Now I put a bit of oil in this, so we should have a bit easier time getting oil pressure up to it. Oop. Knocking stuff over. Here we go. Had a look at the thermostat housing. It's a bit on the rough side, so I might have to find one that's a little bit more decent, maybe. I don't know if you can buy reproduction ones. I think nearly all the tractors I've got here, the thermostat housing's not amazing. Right, that looks pretty good. That will probably do us for today. Alright, I still hope this thing is recording. I don't know if it is or not. So, yep, that's on. I'll grab you. Here's our thermostat housing. Try and find something to contrast it against. It's a bit here. Not amazing, not terrible, but still not amazing, so I don't know. It will go again if need be, but I might have a hunt around and see if I can find a repro one, or just look on all the other tractors and see what I can find. So yeah, next time we'll be getting stuck into the front here. We'll run the oil pump and purge it all up. Pretty much button up this front here. I think that'll be the next thing. Now I'm pretty sure this is the correct generator bracket, I think. I've seen there's a few different types, so it seems to be, that's the same style as what's on the crane, which is a 60. Most of the other ones have the one that comes down to the timing cover and goes up. Some of them have one that, yeah, comes off one of the water pump bolts, but it's the same sort of bracket. So I'm not really sure. I'll have to do a bit of research and see if that is correct or what. Yeah, I'm not real sure. So I think that's about it. That's going to do me for today. I'm quite happy about that. That turned out quite well. So I'll give it another bit of a spritz over with some rust converter. Well, not rust converter, the anti-rusting stuff before I go. Just to, yeah, keep everything anti-rusted. You can see I cleaned up around the front of the head there a little bit, so I'll go over that, and next time I'll go down the side there and clean all the rust off the side and give her a nice going over with that stuff, and that should keep it like that until what point we put paint on it. But I think what's going to happen, I think it'll get test run before it's painted, and then she'll get all, you know, cleaned off, and by that time it should be warm enough to paint. So I probably could have painted it today if I had a way of, yeah, warming up a bit of an area just a little bit, or mainly not so much the air temperature but the actual metal temperature. If I could warm the motor up a little bit, I could have painted it today. But the weather's only going to get better. Well, it will get better. I don't know if from here or soon, but yeah, it will get better. So anywho, the fire's nearly out and I'm running out of energy to do anything more, so time to go get some food and head home. Alright, all you guys, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.